Welcome to the second ever episode of Boozy by the Plaid Cook. Today it's starting to feel a little cold, and there's a sudden bout of holiday cheer in the air. And do you know what that means? It's time to make some Boozy Holiday Coffees. Today we are going to be making a Millionaires Coffee, an Irish Coffee, and a Peppermint Kahlua Coffee. So let's dive in. First up, let's talk about coffee. For these drinks you can use any coffee that you prefer. However, I do recommend using a nice dark rich roast for some additional flavor. Also for this video, we will be using a pour over coffee brewer because, well, it's fancy and makes a good cup of coffee. For this particular type of brewer, the coffee to water ratio will be 1 tablespoon of grounds to 1 cup of hot water and will be multiplied by 3 for this video. Just know that you do not have to use a pour over coffee brewer to make these coffees, and whatever method of brewing you have works just fine as long as it does not burn your coffee. Nobody likes a burnt cup of coffee. Speaking of burnt coffee, I'm no coffee expert by far, so I'm going to stick with a safe 92 degrees Celsius or roughly 198 degrees Fahrenheit for brewing my coffee. To get started, wet your filter. Add in 3 tablespoons of coffee, and then pour a little bit of hot water to cover the coffee grounds and let it perk through to bloom the grounds. Once perked, slowly start pouring in 3 cups of hot water in a circular motion to fully cover the grounds. When all the hot water has been added, let it perk fully through the grounds. Then remove your filter and add in the plastic cover thingy with sheer brute force that almost makes the whole pot spill. Just kidding, don't do that. Set it aside and let's get down to making some holiday coffees. The first coffee that we'll be making today is called the Millionaires Coffee. I did not name it, but trust me, it does taste like $1 million if you were ever wanting to drink $1 million. For this coffee, we're going to start out with a 1/2 ounce Bailey's Irish Cream, a 1/2 ounce Kahlua coffee liqueur, and a 1/2 ounce Frangelico hazelnut liqueur. Top it off with 6 ounces of freshly brewed coffee and give it a little stir. Next up, for the Frangelico whipped cream, we're going to need a chilled bowl, and in it add 1/4 cup heavy whipping cream and 1/2 ounce Frangelico. Give it a mix with a blender that has a whisk attachment on medium speed until we get a stiff, frothy consistency like what you see here. Optionally, put it into a piping bag and pipe it on top of the coffee until you get a nice little mound. And that's the Millionaire's Coffee. But we're not stopping there. I'm feeling like I want something a little Irish. Grab another 8 ounce glass for our Irish coffee and add in 1 teaspoon of brown sugar, 1 ounce Jameson Irish whiskey, and about 1 ounce of our coffee. Give everything a little stir. Then pour in the rest of our coffee, leaving some room on the top for our whipped cream, to which we will need another chilled bowl with 1/4 cup heavy whipping cream and a 1/2 ounce Bailey's Irish Cream. Give it a nice whisk with a hand mixer until we get a consistency that is thick but still pourable. And then again, optionally putting it into a piping bag and piping it on top of our coffee, to which we will top with a little grated nutmeg. And that right there is your Irish coffee. But how about something that says Christmas in a cup? For our last of our holiday coffees, we have the Peppermint Kahlua Coffee, which will require a small saucepan over low heat that we will add 1/4 cup milk and 2 ounces of chocolate to. Give everything a little whisk until the chocolate has melted and combined with the milk. Then ladle it into an 8 ounce glass and add 1 ounce of Kahlua and 1/8 teaspoon peppermint extract. Give it a nice stir to combine everything, then add in the rest of your coffee. Once again, retrieve a chilled bowl from the freezer and add in 1/4 cup heavy whipping cream and a 1/2 ounce of Kahlua. Mix with a mixer that has a whisk attachment until the whipped cream forms strong peaks. Optionally fill a piping bag and pipe the whipped cream on top of your mug of wonderfulness. But we're not stopping there. Grate some chocolate on top of the whipped cream and sprinkle on some crushed candy canes. While we're at it, let's even put a candy cane into the mug to complete our festive Peppermint Kahlua Coffee. And there you have it, some boozy holiday coffees that will make any holiday season brighter. Let's take a taste of the Millionaires coffee, which gives off the flavors of each of the alcohols mixed in there, and the Frangelico whipped cream adds to the exquisite taste that gives it the name Millionaires. Next up, we have the Irish coffee, to which we can taste the richness of the Irish whiskey mixed in with the coffee, and the Bailey's whipped cream on top gives it a nice addition to the bouquet of flavors. Lastly, we have the Christmas joy in a cup, the Peppermint Kahlua Coffee. The rich peppermint chocolate flavor mixed with the coffee and Kahlua gives a taste of what can only be described as hot, warm Christmas spirit. The Kahlua whipped cream also gives everything a nice chocolatey, creamy addition. These coffees are perfect for the holidays or even year-round. I'm just going to take these and go down them while I attempt to put up Christmas lights on a very tall ladder. But if you enjoyed this video or liked the recipe, then consider giving it a like down below. Click that subscribe button if you haven't, and leave me a comment about what you think of the recipe, and I'll see you in the next one.